Testing 1, 2. All right, now, last check. All right.
You look nice, Caitlin. He's like, I don't know. I just expected expectations. They, yeah, because we do stream so I guess this specific, like we do two students per class. Early ones gotta get to the yeah, last year. Is it right?
Good evening. The time is 7:01 p.m. and I would like to call to order the January 12th, 2026 regular meeting of the Southampton County School Board. We have all 9 of our school board members here, so we do have a quorum. And I do want to take the opportunity to introduce our 2 newest school board members. We have Mr. Grizzard, who's sitting across from me, and we have Mr. I remember Jason, but Mr. Williams was sitting down from me. So please welcome our 2 newest school board members. The agenda was included in your board documents. Is there a school board member who needs to add an item to the agenda?
Yes, ma'am, I do. In open session, so I suppose under matters from the board,
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
I was confused.
Under matters from the board, personnel agenda, the format of the personnel agenda.
Excuse me, Dr. Tindall, can you repeat that, please? Thank you.
Said under matters from the board, personnel agenda format, under matters from the board. And that would be item C. Is there another school board member who would like to add an item?
Sorry, I have closed session items.
Okay.
Duties of the acting superintendent.
Okay.
And a consultant for finance.
Now, even though you want to talk about the duties of the acting superintendent in close, remember that the Code of Virginia spells out what the duties of the acting superintendent would be. And that's all the duties that regularly elected superintendent would have. But we can talk about it, but we know what the Code of Virginia says. So we've added 2 items in closed session: the duties of the superintendent and a finance consultant. Those would be items to add under closed session. Is there another board member who'd like to add an item to the agenda?
Dr. Goodwin, I think we should, the resolution that's in our packet for the organizational meeting, I think we should actually take in our open session to make the resolution, and then we could do an organizational meeting if we move for that.
Okay, so you want to make that an action item?
Yeah, that should be action item G.
And the reason that I didn't put it there is because we do have a legal opinion to consider. But we can put it there, and the legal opinion is a privileged communication from our attorneys. So I was hoping that we could perhaps have the reorganizational meeting after this meeting, or sort of segue into that. But
I think the resolution has to get in our actual meeting, so we could do it after closed session if you'd like to have it as an action item to consider after closed session after we get the legal opinion. That would suffice.
My thinking, but do you still want to add it?
I think it should be in an agenda item to address pending the closed session discussion.
So that would be action item G. Resolution. Okay. Is there another board member who would like to add an item to the agenda? Then can we have a motion then to approve the agenda as amended? Is that a motion by Ms. Lane?
Second.
A second by Mr. Rogers. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. So we are now down to the approval of minutes, and you had included with your board information the minutes from our regular December 11th meeting, our work session that was held on December the 23rd, and our special call meeting that was a public hearing that was on December the 29th. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? So hearing none, the minutes of all three meetings are approved as presented. We're now down to recognitions, which is a very special part of our agenda. Southampton County School Board does believe in recognizing success, whether it's student success or whether it's staff success, but we do like to recognize our outstanding participation. So with that, I would turn over to Dr. Harris Muhammad.
Good evening, everyone. It is an honor and pleasure to serve you this evening. Recognitions is a part of what we do in Southampton County Public Schools, and at this time, it is my honor and pleasure to recognize the students of the month according to our schools. Up first is Capron Elementary School by Ms. Gary. Thank you. And as Ms. Gary is coming to the podium, school board members, after the recognitions, we are all going to take pictures with the students and the staff. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Harris Muhammad, Dr. Goodwin, and board members. First, I would like to recognize Mr. Rowland Jarrett. Rowland is a first grade student at Capron Elementary School. Rowland was nominated by his teacher, Ms. Granite. Rowland is consistently following raw expectations and working hard in class every day. And due to his hard work, his reading is improving every day. Rowland Jarrett. Next, we have Ms. Delaney Pulley. Delaney is a third grade student at Capron Elementary School. Delaney was nominated by the third grade team, Dr. Artis and Ms. Foltz. According to her teachers, Delaney leads by example in class by following expectations, displaying a positive attitude, completing assignments quickly and quietly, and always being committed to learning. She is a kind classmate to her peers and is always willing to lend a helping hand. Delaney Pulley. Thank you.
Next, we have Ms. Fowler for Meharron Elementary School.
Good evening, everyone. Unfortunately, neither one of my students of the month could attend tonight. They had planned, and the flu that kind of hit some other folks over the winter holiday hit my two, and they're unable to attend. But I still want to give them recognition as they deserve. Our first student of the month is Hannah Crowder. Hannah Crowder is a second grader at Meharron Elementary School, and she was nominated by her teachers for being an excellent role model. She is a stellar classroom helper, and she always comes in with a smile so that everyone feels comfortable in the classroom. So Hannah Crowder. My next student is a fifth grader, and her name is Paisley Bennett. I wanted to highlight Paisley Bennett because Paisley came to Meharron as a second grader from Franklin, and she worked so hard to excel in the classroom, work within the classroom environment, and if she were here today, you would see just how far she's come as a fifth grader to be chosen by her teachers and the team, and she certainly is the most excellent representation of our motto to soar. So that is Paisley Bennett.
From Nottoway, we have Ms. Street.
Good evening, everybody. The first student that I would like to come on up is Shanice Warren. If you'll come on up for me. Shanice is a fifth grade student at Nottoway, and she was recognized by her math teacher. When I tell you that this young lady works very, very hard for everything with math, math may not always come the easiest, but I know that she's going to give 110%, and I know this for a fact because I was so lucky that I got to tutor her last year as well. So please give her a big round of applause. My second one is Mr. Caleb Hutchinson. Will you please come on up? He is a fourth grade student at Nottoway. This is his second year. He is so handsomely dressed. Mr. Mason, I think he has you beat. This young man has come into Nottoway. He is a very bright, very intelligent. He's also someone who is always pushing Nottoway to think outside the box, and that's something that I absolutely love. Mr. Caleb Hutchinson.
Next, we have the dynamic duo, Mrs. Warren and Mr. Key from Riverdale Elementary School.
Good evening, Dr. Harris Mohammed, Dr. Goodwin, and members of the board. We're here to present our Students of the Month. Can I have Callie Brock to the podium? Callie is a first grade student at RES. She is a hard worker and always puts forth great effort. Callie is a caring person and treats others with respect. She embodies our motto, we rise by lifting others. Callie Brock.
Our second recipient is Isabella Groff. Please come forward. Isabella was nominated by her first grade teacher, and she stated she has adjusted very well to being a new student at Riverdale Elementary. She's a great role model for her peers. She is very polite and kind to others. She gives 100% effort on all that she does. She is always offering to help and has a wonderful, cheerful disposition each and every day. Congratulations, Isabella Groff. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the dynamic trio from Southampton Middle School, Dr. Barfield, Ms. Galloway, and Ms. Madison.
school board members, Dr. Goodwin, Dr. Harris Muhammad, it is my honor and privilege to present to you all the December Students of the Month for the 6th grade from Southampton Middle School. Both students were nominated by their teachers, specifically their career investigations teacher, Mr. Lee. First, we have Mr. Kaysen Chambers. Kaysen is a respectful and dependable young man and always strives to do what's the right thing. His positive attitude and leadership makes him a great role model for others. We love you at Southampton, Kaysen. Next, we have Miss Emily Judy. Now this is special because Emily told me she had softball practice tonight, so she forewent softball practice to make sure that she was present for this honoring tonight. So I'm happy that you're here, Emily. Emily consistently demonstrates good character by showing respect to peers and adults, making positive choices each day. She leads by example and serves as a role model in and out of the classroom. We love you at Southampton, Emily. Thank you.
Good evening, Dr. Harris Muhammad, Dr. Goodwin, member of the board, and community members. It is my pleasure this evening to recognize our 7th grade student of the month. My first student I would like to recognize is Shepard Whitfield. I'm not sure if he was able to make it tonight, but Shepard is a respectful young man. He demonstrates integrity and is engaged in learning in the classroom. He excels academically and is an honor roll student. He sets a positive example for others. Way to go, Shepard. And the second student I'm recognizing tonight was busy cheering at our JJV basketball game, and that is Miss Paris Williams.
Go Paris!
Paris is a conscientious student when it comes to work. She's very respectful and has a positive attitude. Paris is active in school activities and represents the SMS Indians well in both track and cheerleading. Way to go, Paris.
Good evening, Dr. Goodwin, board members, Dr. Harris Muhammad, and the community at large. It is my distinct pleasure to recognize the scholars of 2030, our 8th grade scholars. These scholars were selected by their physical science teacher, Mr. Stephen Edwards. Mackenzie Daniels. Mr. Edwards stated Mackenzie is an exemplary student that models maturity, academic integrity, and patience with others. It is our pleasure to recognize Mackenzie Daniels on this evening. Amari Wesley. Amari is a very inquisitive student that uses insight and creativity to discuss ideas outside the box. Just last week, I used Amari because of his loud voice in the cafeteria to make the announcement for snacks. It is my distinct pleasure to recognize Amari Wesley on this evening.
Mr. Baraka from Southampton High School.
Good evening, Dr. Harris Muhammad, Dr. Goodwin, and the C board members. It is my privilege and duty to present to you all the Southampton High School December Students of the Month. Kamaya Banks. Kamaya is a leader in the school. She has worked on creating the mobile school store while doing graphic design tickets for several teachers and posters for athletes. She even taught a community class at Kanvana for the school. in Cavanagh School, She is an all-around and busy student. She's also part student, part teacher, and part community member. When it comes to learning and teaching design, her passion, there is no stopping her. But however, Kamaya is at home because she's ill, so that's stopping her this evening from being here. Kamaya, thanks. Lucas Pittman, 12th grader. Now Lucas is here, as you can see, and he's a respected senior by all staff, especially the office staff. He has been very successful in his athletics and academic career at Southampton High School. We are all excited to recognize him as a wonderful part of the student body and honoring him for being a respectful young man. He always treats the staff at Southampton High School and the students with respect, whether it is in the hall or at his place of work. And he told me he was going to work, so I didn't know he was coming this evening. I'm so happy that he's here. Lucas Pittman.
Thank you, Mr. Baraka. Thank you to all of our students of the month, and we're going to take a few minutes.
No, we're going to do all the presentations and then we'll take pictures.
Sure.
So we're going to do all the presentations and then the board will take about a 15-minute break to do pictures.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
let's continue with the presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Certainly. Next, we will recognize our staff of the month, Ms. Hutchison.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, board members, Dr. Harris Muhammad, and our esteemed community. It's my pleasure to honor December's Employees of the Month. Starting with Capron Elementary, we congratulate Mary Futrell. Next, Ms. Inel Hamlet. Moving to Meharon Elementary, we celebrate Sarah Graham. Continuing with Meharon, we celebrate Stacy Joyner. Moving to Nottoway Elementary, we celebrate Ms. Erin Whitley. Also with Nottoway, we have Miss Jasmine Diggs. Moving to Riverdale Elementary, we celebrate Miss Christy Howell. Also at Riverdale, we celebrate Miss Maggie Aki. Moving to Southampton Middle School, we celebrate Satonia Perry. Next, we celebrate Miss Crystal Seaborn. At Southampton High School, we celebrate Deshawn Jenkins. In a beautifully loving tribute, posthumously, we celebrate Miss Deidre Pearson, whose parents will join me. Southampton High School has chosen to honor Miss Pearson with flowers in her favorite color, purple. From the Transportation Department, we'd like to celebrate Ms. Yvonne Hartman. Moving to food service, we would like to celebrate Sharon Bryant. From Central Office, we would like to celebrate Elizabeth Marshall. Also from Central Office, we would like to celebrate Mr. Travis Fowler. Congratulations to all recipients. Thank you.
Thank you again, and congratulations to all of the employees of the month. At this time, I will be reading a proclamation recognizing our teachers of the year in their respective buildings, and also recognizing with a proclamation our 2026 Division Teacher of the Year. Whereas the Southampton County Schools Teacher of the Year Award recognizes the extraordinary work of one of the division's many incredible teachers and is given to an educator who exemplifies what it means to teach with compassion, love, joy, and a deep dedication to the hard work. And whereas Southampton County Public Schools recognizes the finalists for Teacher of the Year for their outstanding achievements and contribution to students. The following teachers have been recognized as the Teacher of the Year in their buildings. If you are present, please come forward. Capron Elementary School, Jasmine McDonald. Maharan Elementary School, Lisa Skeeter. Nottoway Elementary School, Aaron Whitley. Riverdale Elementary School, Nicole Tanithia Cooper. Southampton Middle School, Scott Edwards. Southampton High School, Tim Mason. Southampton County Schools honors Nicole Tanithia Cooper, a 4th grade teacher at Riverdale Elementary School, as the 2026 Southampton County Public Schools Division Teacher of the Year. Shares her passion for teaching and a deep commitment to student success by ensuring high-quality literacy instruction and promoting learning experiences that inspire growth and achievement. And whereas Ms. Cooper collaborates closely with teachers and administrators to analyze data and provide differentiated support for diverse learners, including students in transition, English language learners, and students requiring additional interventions. And whereas Southampton County Public Schools proudly supports Mrs. Cooper's application for the Virginia Teacher of the Year Award, now therefore be it proclaimed that Southampton County Public Schools hereby recognizes Nicole Tanithia Cooper as the 2026 Southampton County Public Schools Division Teacher of the Year, and encourage everyone present and online to join in celebrating this incredible achievement and supporting her in all of her future endeavors. One more time for our Division
Thank you. On behalf of the entire Southampton County School Board, I do want to congratulate the students, the staff, the teachers, everybody who is recognized here tonight. It's because of your hard work and your cooperation and your participation that Southampton County Schools remains a great place to be. So at this time, the board is going to take about 15.
We have one more, principals.
Okay.
We have one more proclamation recognizing Virginia School Principals Appreciation Week, January the 11th through 17th, 2026. Whereas Southampton County School principals serve as motivated and dedicated leaders who guide teaching and learning with clarity, purpose, and an unwavering belief in the abilities of every student. And whereas Southampton County School principals cultivate nurturing, safe, and inclusive school communities by fostering trust, championing love for all students, and ensuring that students, families, and staff feel welcome, heard, loved, and supported each day. And whereas Southampton County School principals strengthen partnerships with families and community partners, understanding that collaboration, communication, and a shared voice enrich the educational experiences for all students, regardless of their zip code. And whereas Southampton School principals are dedicated leaders, modeling love, integrity, compassion, and resilience as they advance the Back to the Basics, building foundations for every student initiative, and inspire students and educators to reach their fullest potential. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that Southampton County Schools hereby recognizes January the 11th through 17th, 2026 as Virginia School Principals Appreciation Week, and encourages everyone present and online to join in this celebration. And can we have all of our principals come forward and be recognized? Mr. Baraka, Jasmine Galloway, Tiffany Madison, Ms. Devonta Gary, Susan Street, Susan Fowler, Paul Key, Amisha Warren, and Dr. Barfield.
Congratulations to everybody. And at this time, we'll take about a 15-minute break so that we can take pictures in the foyer area of the building. So, great time.
Yeah, I know, I didn't expect it. You deserve it, for sure. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, but she's done that's right, because she needs so much. Thank you so
Is in order?
Did you see my text?
Yes, but she came. She told me that they had name tags for you. Our boy is here.
Oh, you can't eat it. Like a mother keeps saying, oh, you got a little bit of nothing. He watches it every year. You've had it too. And there's no big deal. No big deal. Well, when I think about my eyes and somebody messing with my eyes, and you can't see? They need to make you blind. And that's how you felt. Well, then that's what they need to give us. But don't know where my husband is. That is I don't like that. See, they do that because of you don't like it speak unless you have something. So they need to stop that. They need to stop it. Yeah, because I mean, they used to show it, and then people got there and tell the truth. And so then they just black it out. I know, but they didn't used to. Every time. Every time. So nobody will see you except the people. Well, they won't see it on my school. No, it's like that every day. And I sit there and I'm sitting there. They got something to hide.
How are you doing? Oh, see, that's me.
So much for giving us the opportunity to take pictures with everybody who was recognized tonight. We do appreciate and thank the staff, we thank the parents, and of course we congratulate the students who are recognized tonight. At this time, Dr. Harris Muhammad has a statement that she would like to read.
Thank you, Madam Chair. School board members, thank you for the opportunity to entertain a personal privilege. Congratulations to Southampton County High School and Capron Elementary School for being recognized as distinguished schools. Board members, school leadership, staff, students, and all valued stakeholders. Your presence reflects a shared commitment to the success of Southampton County schools, and for that, I am truly grateful. It is truly an honor to serve as your acting superintendent during this time. This evening, I would like to take a few moments of personal privilege and speak with each of you about a simple yet powerful, robust, and profound focus for our division. Back to the basics, building strong foundations for every student. Back to the basics does not mean we're going backward. Having a Virginia tier system of supports will be our guide to address chronic absenteeism, student discipline, and community and staff engagement. Back to the basic means recommitting ourselves to the core principles that make our schools in Southampton County thrive, and all can become distinguished schools. It means focusing with intent on what matters most, and what must matter most to us as a team are strong relationships, effective instruction, safe and supporting learning environments, and high expectations for every student, every staff member, every day. No exceptions to this. Improved student outcomes will become the focus of every school board meeting, principals meeting, and division level leadership meeting. We are better together. For our students, this means every classroom where you feel seen, valued, supported, challenged academically, and inspired in your space to grow. Not only academically, but socially and emotionally as well. It means knowing that the adults in your schools demonstrate they believe in you and they are committed to helping you reach your fullest potential. We are better together. For our teachers and staff, back to the basic means modeling the 3 C's, clarity, consistency, and collaboration from the central office leadership team. It also means creating a positive culture and climate where professionalism, respect, and support are the norms, where your voices matter, your voice is valued, and your growth is a priority. It is an honor for me to support your growth in your learned spaces. We are better together. For our parents, families, and stakeholders, it means strengthening our communication, rebuilding trust, and our partnership with you. I recognize that meaningful family engagement is essential to student success. Together, we will communicate openly, work transparently, and build relationships rooted in mutual respect and shared responsibility. We are better together. For our school board, the governance team, and our community stakeholders, Back to the Basics reflects accountability, transparency, and a shared vision focused on student outcomes. It means making decisions that are student-centered, equity-driven, and grounded in what the research has shown us and the data has demonstrated and what we know works best for children. We are better together. At the heart of this work is our commitment to educational equality and educational equity, ensuring that every student has access to high-quality instruction, resources, and opportunities, while also recognizing and responding to individual needs. Equity is not about lowering expectations. It is about raising the bar of every student so every student can succeed. My promise to you moving forward: accountability, transparency, strong relationships, high quality teaching and learning and literacy, improved school improvement plans and actions, addressing the instructional supports and gaps for students with disabilities, consistent expectations. Culture and climate is a must. Collaboration across schools, families, and the community. Together, by going back to the basics, we will strengthen our schools, empower our educators, support our families, and most importantly, improve student outcomes for every student in Southampton County Public Schools. The governance team will remain steadfast together to what matters most for our school community, improving student outcomes, holding me accountable while building strong relationships, high expectations, and a safe and learning environment. Back to the Basics approach centers on effective instruction, consistent accountability, and a positive culture and climate where students and staff feel valued, respected, and empowered. This is our foundation. This is our path forward. We are better together. Thank you for your support, your partnership, and your unwavering commitment to all of our children. The best days for Southampton County Schools are ahead, and we will build them together because we are better together. Thank you, Madam Chair and school board members.
Thank you. And I did fail at the beginning of the meeting to introduce our acting superintendent, Dr. Shonda Harris Muhammad. So thank you, Dr. Harris Muhammad, for making that statement. So now I would like to open the public comment period. Well, no, this is the citizens' time for input for the budget before we do public comment. The Code of Virginia requires school districts to have at least one public hearing before the budget is approved. However, in Southampton County Public Schools, we have 2 budget hearings. We have one at the beginning of the process so that persons from the community can share ideas about what they think our focus need to be, or things that they think we should entertain as we put together the budget. So we're just now beginning the budget process. So we do have a public hearing to have community members share with us ideas that we can use as we start the budget process. So with that, then the public comment period for the citizens' input for the 26-27 school operating budget is now open. So if you have comments about the budget, now's the time to share those comments with us. You can wait until, is it about budget or is it just a comment?
I'll wait.
Yeah, okay. I talked to Peggy earlier, she was gonna.
It's got budget in it.
She was gonna talk during public comment period. Yeah. But is there anybody who specifically just wants to address budget, give us some input or some thinking about budget as we start the process?
Does it have to have figures, numbers, or can it be
Nope.
just about budget? Just about budget. Okay.
So, and you can introduce yourself and then. Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. My name's Peggy Gillette. I'm a retired teacher. I did teach schools here at Southampton County Schools for a while. Good evening, everyone, and good evening, people back here. Father, in Jesus' name, I ask that your will be done on earth as it is in heaven tonight at this school board meeting. We ask for your guidance to follow how you would have the school board be transparent in their communications with the Board of Supervisors and vice versa. Give all parties wisdom to be truthful. May their final result be mindful both parties' responsibilities of training the children in the way that they should go with their lives. In Jesus' name, amen. This past year, I have attended several Southampton school board meetings and several Southampton board supervisors meetings, and I sat amongst the county citizens and heard a lot of statements spoken by other people sitting with me. And I needed understanding to understand just what are these general responsibilities about budgeting with each of these two parties that they have towards each other. So I did some research online. I found information that helped me understand their relationship, and I hope it helps others to understand also. Since this is all new to me, I called my informal report, Public School Funding for Dummies. A general overview. The county school board has responsibilities to the board of supervisors. They are to create and manage, did I tell you where I got all this? Virginia Law Title 22.1, did I read that?
Yeah, but I think you misinterpreted what 22.1 says, because it does not say that the school board reports.
This is stated straight off the website underneath 22.1.
But you looked at the wrong site then. Is it 22.1-79?
22.1 Education, Chapter 8, Public Schools Funding. The county school board has responsibilities to the board of supervisors.
No, it does not say that.
Create and manage a physically sound budget, justifying funding requests, and demonstrate effective stewardship of allocated funds. The board of supervisors allocates local school taxes for schools, and with the schools having exclusive control over spending within the approved budget. School boards must provide transparency and accountability to the board of supervisors, showing how funds support educational goals. School board responsibilities toward the board of supervisors. The school board must prepare and present detailed budgets explaining how funds support educational programs, staffing, and operation. The school board must manage and control funds efficiently, adhering to state laws and regulations, and reports on expenditures. The school board must keep the board of supervisors and community informed about financial needs, school performance, and how funds are used. The school board must ensure school operations meet state mandated standards of quality. The board of supervisors' responsibility toward the school board. The board of supervisors must determine the total local funds to provide to the school board from the local taxes. The board of supervisors must approve the final school budget, but generally cannot dictate how specific line items within the approved budget are spent. Key relationship dynamics. School boards rely on the board of supervisors for local funding, making a strong, transparent relationship crucial. Once the board of supervisors appropriates the total sum, the school board has the independent authority to decide how to spend those funds within the approved budget categories. The school board serves the community by managing schools, and the board of supervisors serves the community by funding them. And this creates a shared accountability for public education. Thank you.
Thank you. However, I suggested the public read section 22.1-79 for yourselves, because nowhere in the Code of Virginia does it say that the school board reports to the board of supervisors. It does say that the board of supervisors is responsible for appropriating funds, and then the rest of the operation of schools is the responsibility of the school board. So please look at section 22.1-79 of the Code of Virginia and the sections that follow.
Please look at it.
Yeah, so please read it for yourselves. Is there anybody else who'd like to speak concerning the budget?
I was not prepared to speak on this,
but
I'm willing to say my 2 cents, even though they're getting rid of the.
She could just speak during public comment period. I mean,
no. What I would like to say is it's very common for whoever you are getting your funding from to request reporting on that funding, and your books open to an audit on that funding. Any grants you get, there's a clause in that grant that says they have a right to come and inspect your books regarding that. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, we disagree because that's not true.
That aside, I would really love for you guys to investigate your administration. No offense to any of the principals here, but I think it is a waste of funding to have multiple principals in one school. I've never seen the justification for that. We also have a dean of students and then an assistant principal in the high school. That's basically the same position. So again, redundancies. if you could all just inspect your personnel and the redundancies you have to save money. One principal's salary could probably fund 2 teachers. We have lots of long-term subs instead of actual teachers, so maybe that could go towards, I don't know, providing more money for salaries and incentives for teachers to want to come to Southampton.
Thank you. Are there any other comments concerning the school operating budget for 26-27? Then I declare the public hearing concerning the school operating budget for 26-27 closed. So we're now down to public comment period. The Code of Virginia does not require the school board to have a public comment period, but we do so because we think it's important to hear from the citizens of the county. We do have some rules that we ask speakers to adhere to. One is that they sign up in the lobby prior to the beginning of the meeting, and 2 is that they direct their comments to the board and not to the superintendent or to individuals. And we ask that speakers adhere to a 3-minute time limit in terms of talking. So one person signed up tonight, and that was Yvonne Rose. So we are now down to, Ms. Gillette or Ms. L, did you also want to talk during public comment period?
Yes, ma'am.
So Ms. Edwards.
Good evening. My name is Victoria Edwards, and I'm here as a parent and a taxpayer.
Matters from previous meetings, and the first is the statement of economic interest. I think the date's February 1st, so we do need to complete the statement of economic interest and get it to Ms. Artis by February 1st. And if you don't already have a copy, to give it to new board members. And she has copies of new board members. The returning board members should already have a copy, but if you don't, Ms. Artis will supply you with the copy. The second matter from previous meetings is that at previous meetings for 2 months, we talked about setting up an ad hoc committee for transparency and accountability. It was an idea that was brought to us by Mr. Rogers. We did come up with a resolution for that committee, and we came up with some guidelines in terms of how that committee is going to operate. We said that we were going to have community members submit letters of interest, and tonight in closed session, the board will review those letters of interest to appoint or select the community members who will serve on that committee. But I'd like to ask Mr. Rogers if he would be willing to chair that committee, since he brought this idea to us initially.
I'd actually like to recuse myself from that and instead ask that Ms. King chair the committee in my stead.
Ms. who?
Ms. King.
Ms. King, so are you willing to chair that committee? Okay, so Ms. King will work on that committee, and Ms. Hobbs, are you willing to work with her? Okay, so then we'll have Ms. King and Ms. Hobbs to be the board members on that committee. If you look at the resolution that we passed, it said that that committee would consist of 2 board members, 4 community members, the superintendent or the superintendent's designee, and a building level administrator, and that the superintendent would be the person to select a building level administrator, and that the superintendent would call the first meeting, but that the members of the committee would decide on who its chairperson would be. So we're hopeful then that by February, that committee will be up and running. So thank you very much. We did have another matter from previous meetings on Dr. Kendall. The personnel agenda format. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said added a C under matters from previous meetings. I'm sorry. That's where I added it. Where did you want to add it? Okay. Okay. Then we will move on to action items. And the first action item is the approval of financial report and payment of bills. Dr. Harris Muhammad.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ms. Carr is coming to the podium to present our financial statements and information for the board and the public. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, all present tonight. If I could bring your attention to the preliminary expenditure report for the month of December, you will notice that our revised local operating budget for this fiscal year is at $35,918,986.89. Our expenditures through December 31st total $13,728,695.28. This leaves us a balance of $22,190,291.61 for the operating budget. Please note that as of the date of this report, 38.22% has been expended from the operating budget. Also included for your review is the preliminary revenue report for the month of November, which shows revenue received from all funding sources, which includes $14,667,549.94 from local, state, and federal funds, and $613,590.30 from food services. Now, as noted before, we are a component unit of Southampton County and are audited as such. The audit of Southampton County is now available on the Southampton County website for your review. I am pleased to report that there were no concerns or findings for Southampton County schools. Now, our individual schools and daycare programs, they are audited separately, and they will be available soon. So the December bill list has been attached to the agenda for the board's approval tonight. Any questions?
Any questions for Ms. Carr? We have a motion by Ms. Lane, a second by Mr. Smith to pay the bills as presented. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Last month, we had the first read of an external review policy, and that was the policy that would determine how we would proceed if persons asked to do research in our buildings, if people outside of the school system wanted to use our school system to do research, And there was a policy last month concerning that, and this is the second read for that policy. Are there any questions about that? Were you about to say something about that? So if there are no questions, this is the second read, and we do need to take action. Do we have a motion to approve? We have a motion by Mr. Smith, a second by Ms. Lane, to approve the external review policy. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. We do have a use of facilities request. Dr. Harris Muhammad.
Thank you, Madam Chair. School board members, I present to you a facility use request. It is in order. It does follow our policy, our procedures, and guidelines. This is a nonprofit organization. It has been your practice to waive fees for your nonprofits that are asking to use our facilities. So I present this to you this evening for your approval.
Any questions?
I'm sorry, thank you. It is the Miss Western Tidewater pageant. I apologize. Thank you, Mr. Grisser. The Miss Western Tidewater pageant organization. It's going to be held February 15th, 2026 from 11 to 5 p.m. And a little information, fundraising scholarship pageant for Miss Virginia prelim.
Do we have a motion to approve? We have a motion by Dr. Tindall, a second by Ms. Hobbs. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Then the motion is carried. Our board adheres to the Virginia School Boards Association Code of Conduct. A copy of that Code of Conduct was included with your documents. And this Code of Conduct, once we adopt it, says a few things. It says, as a member of my local school board, I will strive to be an advocate for students and to improve public education. And to that end, I will have integrity in all matters and support the full development of all children and the welfare of the community, Commonwealth, and nation. I will attend scheduled school board meetings. I will come to school board meetings informed concerning the issues under consideration. I will make policy decisions based on the available facts and appropriate public input. I will delegate authority for the administration of the schools to the superintendent and establish a process of accountability for administrators. I will encourage individual board member expression of opinion and establish an open two-way communication process with all segments of the community. I will communicate in accordance with board policies, public reaction and opinion regarding board policies and school programs to the full board and superintendent. I will bring about desired changes to legal and ethical procedures, upholding and enforcing all laws, state regulations, and court orders pertaining to schools. I will refrain from using the board position for personal or partisan gain and avoid any conflict of interest or the appearance of impropriety. I will respect the confidentiality of privileged information and make no individual decisions or commitments that might compromise the board or administration. I will be informed about current educational issues through individual study and participation in appropriate programs, such as those sponsored by my state and National School Boards Association. I will always remember that the foremost concern of the board is to improve and enhance the teaching and learning experience for all students in the public schools of Virginia. Therefore, I will always strive to demonstrate appropriate behavior, conduct as a public school board member. So if we are willing to accept this code of conduct, we do need a motion and a second.
So moved.
We have a motion by Ms. Hobbs, who did a second. A second by Mr. Rogers. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Ms. Artis will have a copy of that code of conduct for us to sign, so that we will each sign it tonight before we leave. The next item is the broadcast of public comment period. Mr. Rogers.
Thank you, Dr. Goodwin. I would ask that the board consider opening up the broadcast of the public comment period on our broadcast for the entire meeting instead of blacking that period out. It's typical practice that the public's already broadcasting this, and we might as well make those comments available to all the public. So I'm going to make a motion that the board approve the broadcast of the public comment period during the broadcast of our meetings.
A motion by Mr. Rogers. Second. Was a second by Ms. King? Was there any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. And then F was Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, we had taken action a couple of meetings ago to ask Dr. Shannon to begin work on the development of the strategic plan revision. I think it's in our best interest to ask that we table that until the new superintendent is selected so that we can participate in a process with whoever's selected as the new superintendent. So just wanted to formally put that out there. So I guess I would make a motion that we delay the development of our strategic plan revision until a new superintendent is selected.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Rogers. So we have, thank you for that, and I agree, absolutely. We may have a school in our division board members that may require a plan because of the state accountability status. So I just want to inform you that may be coming in the next month or so. So if that could exclude that possibility of one of our schools being on a state issued plan due to their accountability status, once you make a motion that includes all of those type of plans, I would not be able to guide the school forward and bring you information to approve that plan forthcoming. So I just wanted to share that comment. Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
Let me just make sure that I've clarified my motion, and it's just for the formal strategic plan for the division that that the motion would be out there for.
Okay, so it would exclude individual plans. Yes, so everybody's clear, right? Okay. So we're going to delay development of the long-term plan, the strategic plan, the 5-year plan, which would not include individual school plans. So we have a motion by Mr. Rogers. We never did get a second. Second. Was second? Second. Mr. Grizzard did the second. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Then that is approved. Mr. Rogers has an item G, which was the resolution on reorganization. However, I do think that resolution is included in a separate document because the board should have a second document that's called reorganization meeting, and that resolution is included there. So if you haven't had a chance to read it, I think it would be good to read it. But I think the board needs to delay acting on that item until after closed session, because there is some information from our attorneys pertaining to that motion, pertaining to that resolution that I think the board should be aware of, so that people can make an informed vote. So would you delay taking action on that item until after closed session? Yep. Thank you. So we're now down to the superintendent's report, and with that, we'll turn to Dr. Harris Muhammad.
Thank you so much, board members, community members that are present and those that are watching. Effective immediately, our instructional reports are going to be drafted a little different, such that the meat of the work that our team is doing is presented to you and that it is clear, okay? In board docs and your information in the presentation, there is included school calendars for the month of January from each school. I didn't want to go over that, it's lengthy, but you can look at those at your leisure. But I want to dive right into the heart of our work. And you need to know up front how we're going to be moving our student outcomes forward, how we're going to be adopting and implementing policy that is assigned to procedures and the processes of ensuring that all of our parents and even our students have a voice at the table of how they are educated and the resources that we're going to be using to educate our students. We are a Virginia Tiered Systems of Support School Division, also known as VTSS. And so what this chart outlines are 3 immediate big goals for the remainder of the school year that will guide the work that we are going to be doing as a team. Academics. Our new accountability system requires new baseline. That's an immediate discussion. Culture and climate. I've heard a lot about our culture and climate, so we are going to work on our culture and climate so that every single person in our school division and in our community feels valued, their voice is heard, and they are worthy to be at the table. Community engagement is critically important to me. We cannot do the work that's before us without the community engagement support and their voices. So we're going to be enhancing community and parental engagement in our school division. This is also a VTSS goal. On June the 15th, 2025, the division level leadership team met with our VTSS state coaches to discuss how we're going to be moving the division forward in this framework. Community engagement was one, attendance was another, and discipline was the third. Discipline is not shown here, but discipline was the 3 goals that the division leadership team adopted together as a team to guide our work. In the immediate future, governance team, I will be presenting to you what that VTS framework looks like, because we would need your support with me guiding that work for you. The why, attendance. MTSS is a systemic, data-driven approach that allows divisions of schools to provide evidence-based practices and interventions to meet the needs of all of our students. This is done through several ways. It has to be a clear process. It has to be implemented with fidelity. It has to be monitored, and it also has to be clear, a clear focus and a direction across the division. Discipline. We have the thing in VTSS. So we have the practice, we have the program, we may have the interventions of what we want to do. The MTSS framework will organize all of the things that we have with some clarity and consistency. Community engagement. VTSS gives us the strategies, the tools, and the activities to do the thing, whatever we want to do, well and with fidelity, and again, it has to be monitored. Data. We have a lot of data housed in our school division, but sometimes we need a clear process and procedure on how we're going to communicate that data. Also, a part of your or my instructional report for you, I wanted the teams to share out information, key points for you that is happening in the division. We have K-8 integrated computer science in our school division, partners with the Code to the Future to offer project-based computer science integration into core instruction, and its alignment with Virginia Department of Education expectations. Their expectation is this with coding, that it is implemented through our day-to-day curriculum. So we're going to be realigning. It's all about alignment with our curriculum. It's all about alignment with our resources. It's all about alignment with the tools that we adopt through the Atlas tool adopted by our VTSS division leadership team. We also had a coding showcase that is led by Ms. Bowe, our data analyst. They were proud to welcome parents to Capert Elementary, Meharry, Nottoway, Riverdale, and the middle school in December to showcase the coding projects from the first semester. If we are asking the students to build it, if we're asking the students to create it, then we need, as a division, to create the space to showcase them. In addition to the information that's already presented, we are ending our first semester on a 4x4 schedule at the high school. Our winter-fall SOL testing begins this week, and we have an awesome school testing team at the high school that is led by Mr. Jenkins under the purview of Principal Mr. Baraka. And so our schedule is, or has been, communicated to our community, has been communicated to our students. Our seniors are ready, all of our students are ready, in particular our students who need an additional verified credit for graduation. So we have done the work to prepare them inside the building and in the classroom, and my expectation is that every student that is eligible to test will be assessed in this week. So our spring testing season will be a lighter season. Also, I just want to remind the community, as a part of my instructional report this evening, is that in December, we had a groundbreaking of the student health building right behind us, which was wonderful. Pictures are on our website. All permits have been issued by the county site prep. They're underway. FY26, that's our FY26 budget. New buses have been ordered, 3 full-size buses expected late spring, early summer, and then we also ordered or purchased, an additional handicap bus with a lift expected in 6 to 8 weeks. Coming out of our Human Resources office, Ms. Hutchison will conduct an anonymous culture and climate survey with all certified and classified employees. I heard you, she heard you, and I've asked her to make sure that happens so we can look at the data, we can talk about the feedback, and then you all as a governance team can give me some direction as to how you would like for me to move forward. She would, in addition, share her personnel report in the executive section. Madam Chair, school board members, that concludes the instructional report for this evening.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
But would you please continue with the other items, the student enrollment report?
Absolutely.
Next item.
First, I want to begin with our student teacher attendance report. The winner for the teacher attendance is Capert Elementary School at 96.08%. Congratulations. Our winner, the school who has the highest student attendance, is Nottoway Elementary at 97.34%. Congratulations.
And the appointment of the calendar committee.
Yes, ma'am, I'm gonna go over our enrollment right before that. Is that okay? Our student enrollment. Thank you. Thank you so much. Our current enrollment is, and this includes pre-K, 2,348 students, and it is my understanding that we increased almost 70 to 80, almost 100 students, not quite 100, but we're moving in an upward trajectory. So 2,348 is our current student population. And our calendar committee will be led by Bill Hatcher and Mrs. Moran DeWald. Mrs. Moran DeWald is our English language learner coordinator. She supports our McKinney-Bento program, also known as our Families in Transition, and also she supports our Homebound program. We have an increase of students and families that speak another language, and so I've asked Ms. Moran DeWald to be a part of the calendar committee to ensure that all of our families and all of our students have access to what we need them to have access to. Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
And that committee will get together and then they will want to continue?
Yes, so the committee would get together and also lean on our principals to add someone from their school to represent their school on the calendar committee. We will meet to discuss our like 3 options to present to the governance team. And then they will have 2 reads. We'll take questions, we'll take feedback, and also community. It's important for you all to contact my office to talk about your ideas for the calendar committee or your suggestions for the calendar committee as well. It's very important to me that I hear from you, and then we'll bring that information to the governance team to present to you all.
You can continue with the other items.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Sorry, can I ask a question real quick about
Yep, and I can take some water.
Absolutely. Actually, I have 2 questions. When are you when will the calendar committee be ready to present options to us?
I would like March.
Okay.
I would like March. So we're gonna move.
Okay, because
families plan.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Is it possible for a board member to be part of that committee as well?
I don't see why a board member could not be a part of the committee. It's up to the board.
Are you volunteering?
I absolutely would volunteer.
We'd love to have you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other questions for the items that Dr. Harris Muhammad has talked about thus far? Mr. Grizzly.
You said we ordered 3 more buses?
One is a handicap bus with a lift.
You know what kind they are? Gas, diesel? Please tell me they're not electric.
I'm gonna have Dr. Melby come forward and share with you what type of buses that were ordered. Dr. Melby?
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone. Mr. Grizzard, yeah, they are all diesel. This is part of the county's budget where they appropriate money and we purchase with that. Thank you.
Additional questions about anything Dr. Harris Muhammad said thus far? Please continue.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Board members, I would like to bring to your attention and to the community's attention as well, that in April 2024, the U.S. Department of Justice finalized a rule under Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act, also known as ADA, that establishes a specific technical standard for digital accessibility. We have compliance deadlines of April 24, 2026 for larger school divisions, which doesn't apply to us, and then April 26 for smaller divisions and special district governments. As I was transitioning, this came out. All Virginia public school divisions are Title II entities and must comply with the requirements and deadlines. I do have, from the Virginia School Board Association's website, and from VACOR, the legal information pertaining this, the digital accessibility, a technical guide for Virginia school divisions, which I will be sharing with Mr. Hatch and the technology team. The purpose is to just really explain the digital accessibility, how it's evaluated and practiced, and it also highlights any technical issues school divisions most often encounter when reviewing websites, applications, documents, and instructional tools. So we have to, according to this information, have this information on our website, which we will be doing in the next couple of days, and we will adhere to the deadline as a smaller school division. Thank you, Madam Chair.
And the memorandum of understanding.
Yes, the memorandum of understanding that is before you is for your first reading.
I'm going to recuse myself for this agenda item because I have conflict of interest.
Yeah. It's a mental health memorandum agreement with Western Tidewater Community Service Board. School board members, before walking into this role, I served as the division's hearing officer. And in that role, we saw a lot of discipline challenges from our students, mainly stemming from community, home environment, trauma that has not been addressed. And I am of the belief I am of the mindset that suspensions cannot be the answer all of the time. And so we have to have something in place for our students that will allow them to address the trauma that they have inside and also receive instruction. And so I am presenting to you tonight for a first read, a mental health partner that will guide us in partnership to support our students. A lot of these behaviors are coming from hidden trauma, mental health challenges, and suspension does not address the mental health challenges. And so it is my desire in this role that we present other avenues for our students that are acting out because of some trauma and other things that have happened to them. I can speak very clearly to this because I was one of those children. But someone helped me and did not allow me to go astray. And because of those adults and those services that were in place for me, look at where I'm sitting today. And so every child has to have that opportunity for support and to guide them through the challenges that they're having. This is for a first read, the memorandum of agreement. This is one pieces of my heart work that I hope that we can implement with fidelity to support our students. Thank you.
And this will come back as an action item next month. So this month is there for you to read and to think about, and if you have questions about that MOU, you can contact the superintendent, but it will be an action item for the February meeting, but it's there for you to read now. As Dr. Harris Muhammad said, the calendars from the various schools, the calendars are in your board document, and please read those, and when you can, please attend the activities, the functions that are going on in the buildings. So now we're down to matters from the board.
I have a maintenance operation question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I know it was really warm Saturday, but it's getting colder. How is the heating in the middle school? Was that repaired, the issue that happened during the break?
Yes, ma'am. After speaking with Dr. Melby, there was a valve issue that directly impacted the boiler, which directly impacted the temperature in the building. And so I wanted to immediately let the board members know. It has been addressed, it has been fixed. Dr. Melby and I are in close communication about temperatures. Also, he and I are going to have a conversation tomorrow because that something just popped up on my phone about 30 minutes ago about potential weather this Thursday and Friday. So I just want to remind everybody we're in pneumonia weather, so dress accordingly. And so that was the first time I had seen anything like I wasn't aware. So of course, board members, I will let you know if we have some issues. But in terms of temperature and the buildings, when the first point of contact is the building leadership, and that protocol follows to central office, and then we act accordingly. If it cannot be fixed, of course, I will let you know. And then worst case scenario, if we have to move, I would like to present that plan to you possibly at a work session. Yes, ma'am.
We don't always want to go to school, but just a plan in place for where they will go, what they will do, like not sitting in the cafeteria.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Board Member King.
Thank you. We're now down to matters from the board. A is just a letter from me thanking you for the opportunity to serve as chairperson of the board. You can read that at your leisure. But B is important because we have a school board work session scheduled for January the 26th. At our organizational meeting in July, we decided we would have work sessions every other month. So the next work session will be January the 26th at 6 p.m. and we meet in the library. And at this work session, Dr. Harris Muhammad plans to talk about that Virginia tiered system of supports as well as the plans for you want to tell us?
Yes, ma'am. So at our work session, board members, I plan to discuss with you two things. Our VTSS framework that is going to be guiding the 3 big goals that I shared with you, and then the other few goals under the big goals, as well as I just believe that we need an all-in powwow what this new accountability system looks like, what it's telling us, how it's going to support us, and then the role that you play as a governance team in ensuring that schools that are not on track and also schools that are distinguished remain distinguished, and that all other schools level up. That's the vision that I have, and I know that is a part of the vision that you have as well.
C, you should have in your packet information for new board members. There are 3 things that new board members need to do. You should have on file with Ms. Artis your oath of office, but also there are 2 trainings that new board members have to do. They have to do the conflict of interest training and they have to do the freedom of information training within 2 months of being elected, and both of those trainings are available online. So in that handout that's included, you do have the websites to go to complete that training. And once you do it, board members have to complete that training every 2 years. So, other board members, if you didn't do it last year, you need to do it this year. But I think most of us did it last year because we had a person to come present that conflict of interest training in person last year. So you might need to redo the FOIA training again. But the link is there, and you just need to go online and complete that training. The Virginia School Boards Association does hold a training for new school board members, and that training is January the 26th. Is that right, Ms. Artis? What's the date of it? 27th. No, the date of that training is January the 27th. It's really great training. It's in Richmond for the new school board members. It's really great training. It talks about, during that training, it talks about the role of the school board, the role of superintendent, but it is training. There is a flyer there. If you're interested in going, please let Ms. Artis know, and she will register you for that training. But it's new school board member, new superintendent training or orientation. When we met last month, we talked about, or we agreed, we voted to have the Virginia School Boards Association conduct the search for the new superintendent. And we needed a date for the orientation, and I think we looked at our calendar and said February 5th would work. Okay, well, February 5th still work in the afternoon. Dr. Tyndall had asked if we could do it like at 1 o'clock, I think, 1 or 1:30. Travis is a lifesaver. Thank you, Travis. Me too, Travis. So we looked at February 5th for the new school board, for the VSBA training for the superintendent search. Thank you. I got all this stuff and I'm still home. Thank you. Would you look at your calendar to see if February 5th will work? And it's in the afternoon, it's at 1 o'clock. And it takes about 2 hours. It'll be like from 1 to 3 on February the 5th.
And you said that was the information about the 29th?
Correct. Okay. Remember, the board voted to have VSBA conduct a superintendent search. And the first thing the VSBA does is to have an orientation session for board members about how that search will proceed. is the first step in that superintendent search. But all board members who plan to participate actively need to attend the orientation. So we were trying to come with a date where all school board members could be there.
Where's it gonna be?
In the library here. No, well, we could meet at the Title I building, right? We could meet at the Title I. Let's think about where we're gonna meet. I'm thinking the Title I building because school will be in session here. So let's plan for it to be at the Title I building down at the central office, the white building down at the central office. So we'll meet in the Title I building at 1 o'clock on February 5th, if that works for everybody. So, Mr. Wade, does it work for you? Dr. Kendall? Ms. Hall? Mr. Rogers?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Mr. Grizzly?
Ms. Smith, does it work for me?
Mr. Smith? Ms. Lane? Okay, so we have agreed then, and Ms. Arias can confirm with VSBA that day will work. They were saving that date for us, but we wanted to confirm that that date would work. So pursuant to section 2.2-3711A, 1, 2, 7, and 8 of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, the board, upon a motion of the second, will convene in a closed meeting to consider personnel and student matters and a legal matter. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's back up because matters from the board is where Dr. Tyndall wanted her comment to be, her question to be. So Dr. Tyndall?
I would like the board to take into consideration, I know that we've talked about it before, the format that we receive our personnel agenda in. Right now, it's split up into many sections, depending on what we're talking about for personnel. And in talking to several people involved in that process, I would like for us to look at combining them somehow so that it would be easier for the HR department to put together, easier for us to kind of look over, and then easier for Ms. Artis as well when she's documenting everything. Given that I've already spoken with Ms. Hutchison, just kind of informally, and do the personnel agenda in my current position. I don't mind working with them to come up with something to bring back to the board at the end of January, but I just wanted to kind of see what everyone else was thinking and if that would be an okay thing for me to do.
Dr. Harris-Mohammed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, ma'am, I have made that note duly noted. We will work on a new format and hopefully moving forward, it is doable by the governance team. So yes, ma'am, we're on it. Thank you.
Could I ask what the issue is with the proposal? What's wrong with the current?
For me, it's having it all broken up like that and requiring, there are some times that we come out of closed session and there's 7 or 8 votes that need to be done individually when there's really no need for it to be individual votes. Yeah, just so that they're all together.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's not an action item, that was something that the superintendent said she will address.
Absolutely, I will. Yeah, and also give them numbers. She can vote in a block.
Okay. So now we do need a motion to convene in closed session. I have a motion by Ms. Lane. Second by Mr. Rogers, to convene in a closed session. After, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? After closed session, we will come to this area to take action on any items that might arise during closed session and with the library. So the board members will make their way to the library and we'll come back to this area.